In this video I'm going to show you how to make a chem light sleeve. Now in survival, chem lights are brilliant, but there's a couple of drawbacks. If you were trying to read a map or read something, the glow itself from the chem light can quite often make it difficult to read things. And another thing, chem lights can be seen from a fair distance away, so if you were trying to stay covert and didn't want anyone to spot you, chem lights could give your position away. So the chem light shield light that I'm going to make now, you simply slot your chem light into it and it blocks off the back of the light. So if you were then wanting to read a map or read something, it makes it much easier because you haven't got the dazzle. And you can also just use the end of it like a torch, a small torch for, you know, a small area of light, and it's literally just giving you a minimum bit of light. You're not going to give your position away, and when you compare it to dropping out the whole chem light, it's a major difference. So I'm going to show you how to make the sleeve now. It cost me nothing because I've made it out of some junk. So here we go. Step 1, find a piece of tubing exactly the right diameter for a chem light to fit into. This is a piece of an old extendable aluminium mop handle, which was going out for rubbish, and as you can see the chem light fits in there really nice, butts up against the end, and it's a really snug, nice fit. Chem lights themselves are quite often tapered. First step you want to do is lay your chem light next to the tube. Then you want to mark off about an inch below the chem light, and then when you've marked that, if you come down about an inch away from the end and carefully mark that, and then just where the chem light's going to end. Once you've made these markings, you can draw a slot onto your tubing about 10mm wide and the length of the markings, and then cut the tube off. I'm going to use a Dremel for that, but you could also, if you didn't have a Dremel or an angle grinder, you could just do a series of about 10mm drill holes next to each other and then file the edges. So I'm just going to do that now, and then we'll get on to the next bit. Right, as you can see, I've cut it to length now. I've cut the slot, I've rounded all the edges off nice and smooth with a file and some sandpaper, and the ends, so there's no chance of cutting yourself. And then I'm just going to mark about 5mm in from the edge where I'm going to drill a hole, and I've just I've took a ring off an old key ring, just so then you've got a way of attaching that onto a rucksack strap or a bag strap. So I'm going to do that now. So here it is finished. Just put the key ring through the end. You could attach that onto rucksack strap or on the bag itself. You could also, if you were in a group in a survival situation and you were for whatever reason having to move at night and you had these, you could use them as a way of just illuminating and marking yourself, just by, you know, if your glow stick, some of the chem lights and glow sticks haven't got hooks on, so you could just place it in, use a piece of tape or anything else that you have to attach that, and then you'd have that hanging on your person. You can actually buy these sleeves in several army surplus stores. They're about £8. For the sake of, you know, a bit of old junk tube and 5 minutes, just make your own. The only thing the shop bought ones have got is they've got an inner and outer sleeve, so when you turn them you can actually gradually it comes across and lets a controlled, regulated amount of light out, but you can actually just do that when you're holding it in your hand, however much light you want to let out, just feed the tube higher up your hand or lower down if you just want to let a little bit of light out. Or like I said before, you could literally just palm over the whole thing, block all the light out bar the end. So for the sake of nothing, you might as well make your own. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed the video, and for more survival and bushcraft videos, please subscribe to my channel and visit my Facebook page of the same name. Thanks very much.